Hey, it's Tuesday. It's Thursday, May 23rd. This is the Automotive State of the Union. Kyle and I seem like we're in a really bougie cafe, but actually we're in just a really nice Toyota today. This is
just a really nice Toyota dealership.
Everybody, what's going on? Hey Nathan, just switch it to my laptop. Look at this.
Look at this. Look what we got going on here. What? You never even thought we were there.
Oh my goodness.
Wild stuff.
Back to the main shot now. Just had to show you. We're at Beaver Toyota here in Cumming, Georgia. It's a beautiful morning. Services ticking, the cafe, people smiling. It's
popping. I like there's an energy when we walked in here at about 7:00. There's an energy that is almost palpable. And I think that the best dealerships in the country have that kind of energy where you walk in first thing in the morning. There's no like, did we get here?
How you doing?
It's ready to go.
Right, yep. There's none of that alive. So, so we got a little bit of extra pep in our step.
Yeah, we do.
Woke up this morning, sun is shining. We walked out. It's probably like what, 68 degrees outside and sunny.
I was like,
Kyle says, "Oh, nice crisp morning," and I was like, "Is this what you all?"
Welcome to the South, Paul.
We definitely haven't had our like real spring break. What's up?
We should turn that mic on. I was wondering.
That mic is on. Did you just turn it on?
I just turned it on.
All right. Well,
can you hear Mike? Yeah, now we can hear Paul's mic.
Well, there we go. You know, at least we can hear me through your mic a little bit. Yeah, I just like you said, all the things that I said, all the things that you said. We haven't really gotten the nice weather upstate yet, so we still have our crisp mornings are 55 degrees.
Yes,
which are also
fair.
nice.
That's super nice.
But not in a t-shirt.
It's gorgeous here. It feels great to be in a dealership first thing in the morning. You know, I always like. There's a certain thing that you feel when you were a part of that for so long that it just feels right.
Yeah, it does. Yep. All right, we got some news to talk about today.
Let's get into it.
Anything follow-ups? We have our webinar next Wednesday.
We've got a webinar next Wednesday.
Stone Eagle, our friend
Stone Eagle. We're talking about high octane data. I got some preview on Monday.
What is high octane data?
You're gonna have to come to the webinar to find out. Yeah. Basically, that's the whole point.
Give me some of that tech round.
You'll get it. It'll be fun.
I know. I always get it eventually. All right, let's talk about some news before we waste too much of your time. Hope you're having an amazing day, whether you're at the gym, walking the dog, in the store in the morning, enjoying a little bit of this.
To the store, wherever.
Catch it up later. Yeah. Let's talk about some stuff. Consumer confidence in securing auto loans is actually slipping fast. A recent survey by the New York Fed shows a record number of people aren't even applying because they assume that they'll be turned down. It's kind of a new high in auto loan pessimism. 34% of potential borrowers did not apply for an auto loan in February due to the fear of rejection. So 1/3 of potential borrowers didn't even apply. The highest since we began tracking this in 2014. Loan rejection rates hit 14%, which is a jump from just 1.5% a year ago.
Excuse me?
Sometimes we're reading this data for the first time too. Real reaction video. Only 9.9% of consumers expect to apply for a loan in the next year, down from 11% in October. Just 63% believe they could handle a $2,000 emergency expense. Also a record low. Here's a quote from the New York Fed. The SCE Credit Access Survey points to an expected future tightening in credit conditions.
This is what blows my mind about this is back 3 years ago, we were at NAMED, and it was the first time that I heard Jonathan Smoke say we are in a bifurcated market and we will continue to be in a bifurcated market for the significant future. And this is another tell of that. The fact that we have potential buyers, people that need or want cars, staying sidelined, and we're not even seeing them. We're not even getting them in the store as a lead on the website because they are just fearful that they will not be accepted for a loan. And then to see the loan rejection rates at 14%, this is where I think
it's a merited fear, right?
It's a merited fear.
There's a big difference between 1.5 and 14.
But this can be a total transition for your marketing budget, especially when you think about, stores that have the capacity to have subprime or mid-prime lending, or are great with, price point cars that can get these people in vehicles. To be able to state to these people, get out the marketing that says, no, we can make sure and get you an auto loan, and pull forward those sideline buyers that aren't even approaching the market right now. It's not even about disclosing what you have.
Well, that's the best marketing. You take a real-time data insight like this and saying, 14% of potential applicants aren't even applying. So there's a massive amount of people out there who are having that internal conversation.
And just
And
call out the conversation in your marketing. It's
that's
like
it.
you may be feeling,
More people than ever
yeah.
are not applying because they think they won't. You've probably thought that, but
Here at XYZ dealership, we have
head on.
specific loan.
Absolutely. I think we're just hearing intro music playing
We got
really
intro
loud right
music.
now.
Well, that's a little weird.
Hold
Are
on,
you
hold on.
okay?
Just kill. You know why the music's playing? I mean, listen, that's gotta be. You know why the music's playing, Nate? Well, I don't know if that's actually making it to the stream or not, but we've had our share of technical difficulties on this show before, and I don't even know if you're hearing me right now, frankly. This is kind of blowing my mind. Hold on, wait. I mean, no. Okay, there we go. Well, now I don't even know. Are you hearing me talk, Nathan? Okay, he's here. He's here. Here we go. Listen, we apologize for technical difficulties. If you heard that, at least it's a cool song, right? At least it's a cool song. Ever. BYD logged 7,231 BEV registrations in Europe in April, topping Tesla's 7,165, marking its first ever lead in the region. The Chinese brand only expanded beyond Norway and the Netherlands in late 2022. So it's only been 3 years.
Wow.
2.5, but it's now gaining fast. Tesla's facing pressure from a 13% Q1 sales dip, factory retools for the refreshed new Model Y, and delayed rollouts of lower cost trims. The Chinese made EV registrations are up 59% year over year in April, despite the EU tariffs. Here's a quote from research firm Jado Analytics. This is a watershed moment for Europe's car market.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that BYD is pressing that many vehicles into the to that market is quite incredible at this point. They just released, I think, one or two more new models. I think it said something like 20 models are now going into that EV market, into the European market. BYD's coming for Tesla's lunch in a lot of different markets, and the question is, how long can the U.S. keep that away? Because you're looking at a 25,000 euro vehicle just taking Europe by storm at this point.
There's a lot of conversation about that at a SodaCon, actually, from the main stage. Yeah, absolutely. It's coming. But there you go in Europe. Yeah. Another one of Tesla's many challenges.
Got lots of challenges. Speaking of stages.
Oh. Okay, we can't.
Maybe. Recently, over the last few days, Google's I/O 2025 keynote was packed with a bunch of AI firepower. As we know, AI is taking over. They're putting generative AI front and center and bringing it into more and more of their products. Gemini's AI mode is rolling out to all US users, blending search, shopping, and smart summarization, where they're going to put it right in the Chrome browser as kind of a flyout where you can summarize anything. There's a Project Starline that many people know about is evolving into something called Google Beam, which is a full 3D video chat experience. They get 6 cameras around this thing, and you're fully 3D video in a space. A new AI filmmaking app that looks really dope called Flow.
It's unbelievable.
Combines Imogen, VO, and Gemini to create 8-second video clips that then you can stitch together. And they are.
Have you seen these?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I mean, you gotta keep finishing it. We'll talk about Flow.
Yeah.
In a second.
The other project that's out there that is going to compete with Meta's Ray-Bans is Project Aura. They've got their Android XR smart glasses that are developed with XReal and eyewear brands like Warby Parker. So they're going with a different eyewear brand, and they actually
Different
look
distribution
really cool.
model, too.
Totally different distribution model. Sundar Pichai stood up and said his kind of thing was, we're shipping faster than ever, which is, leveraging Google, using AI to Google is kind of like some of the headlines that I've read out there. Some other things they came out with, their Pro mode, which, on GPT, it's $200. They've come out with a Pro mode for $250. So we'll see how much adoption gets into that. But there's a lot of really, really neat features and things that you get leverage for, higher context windows in Gemini. Just the speed of development in AI right now is insane.
It is, and I think Google's doing what they do best is taking advantage of the leverage they have. So many teams and so many people already in the Google ecosystem, which speeds adoption. Like, just speaking personally, have really gotten used to using ChatGPT initially, right? Best tool, most robust, available, but hating how it's disrupted or it's disconnected from all the other ecosystems. Never was a Gemini user until all of a sudden we use G Suite.
Right in G
We're in the
Suite,
tools, and it's like tells you here are the things it can do. Now moving into the creative field, right? If there's integrated creative video visual creation tools that are already synced up with your drives and your things like that, your footage and your images, and you can make stuff work seamlessly, at some point you'll be able to queue it up too by asking for, hey, find the photos that we have of this one thing, and then it pulls it into the tool.
Well, and what's even more impressive is the deeper integration that's going to be coming to Gmail, where they're going to be it's going to be context aware of your entire email history as well as your Google Drive documents. So you can pull in Google Drive stats, pull in data, pull in
and it's going to suggest things
right into there.
It's like, someone's going to, hey, do you have that file? And it's going to be like, this file?
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, yes. You want me to send it? Please do. It's coming. We've been talking about this for a year and a half. Like, it'll be really nice when it gets to this point. And Google's obviously on the hustle. People are like, oh, they're getting beat by GPT. They're going to cannibalize their search. And all of a sudden, they're like,
agentic services, Gemini being able to cross tab relevance, right? Where it can pick up multiple tabs.
Know what you're trying to put together.
Yeah,
without you talking. So, I mean, Google doing its do best. How this boils down is like, look, find practical ways. Always be paying attention. Have at least a couple people in your organization that have the freedom to play in this sandbox. Because a lot of times dealer systems lock down. A lot of people on Microsoft Teams are kind of locked into Copilot. Make sure you have a few people who are allowed to play, right? Who let them have the account. Let them, because they're going to bring solutions and new ways to use this into the store that you just don't know.
That's exactly you try
right.
And you have to be
listening to this show.
You should have someone. You should have someone working in Anthropic and in Claude and in GPT and in Gemini, because right now nobody knows who's going to be the winner in the race.
There's not going to be a winner. I don't think there's going to be a winner. It's going to be
different uses. Yeah.
And I think one of the last things, and then we'll get out of the show, is that a lot of times the person that's going to be good at that is not the person you know or have identified right now.
That's right.
Because they're going to come from every part of your organization. Someone who's just wired to want to try these types of things and be savvy. And
that's watching it on the side, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You might have the receptionist, the lot porter, the person who is like all in on this. So one of the ways to actually flesh that out is to just start talking about it a little bit in your morning meetings and normalize it, and they'll bubble to the surface, because it's kind of like CrossFit and vegans. Right? Someone like loves GPT,
CrossFit vegans and EV owners.
They're going to tell you about it in the first 5 seconds of the conversation. They're going to bring it
Yesterday,
up.
I was
Nathan, cue the music. I don't even know if we're going to hear the music, but do the little thing you do where you like touch your head when it's over, because we can see you on the thing. Look, we hope you have an amazing day out there. Bottom line is, all the tech, just take care of some people, and it's all going to work out in the end. We'll see you here tomorrow.